Okay, we're going to get started. I just want to thank you all for taking this big, this Zoom step. It's a learning experience for all of us. So it'd be a little sketchy in the beginning, but everything should be, we should get it all going just terrific. So I want to thank the board and everyone that's been working so hard to make all of this happen. Quita has really stepped up, and Kelly, her cousin, to make, she's volunteered to be our Zoom, person, so to speak. So she's our technical, she is behind the scenes making everything go forward, or highlight people, or put us in gallery view, and things of that nature. So thank her. And then we also got together and we worked on the art of the pastel. Linda has been killing herself to find artists that can be demo artists through this sort of teleconferencing. And Betty and Linda Hughes and all of us have sort of talked a little bit about the art of the pastel. We're going to have an online show coming up, and Betty will give you details about that a little later. So I guess, Quita, we can start with you and just talk to us a little bit about Zoom and or membership, however you want to lay it out there. And thanks again for taking this on.
Okay, good morning, everyone. I am slowly learning how to do this, so just pardon the mistakes. Membership is in the 60s. We're hoping, though, with doing Zoom now, that we'll get a whole lot more people. I'm showing that there are 20 participants right now online, so that's a great number. Feel free to share the link to the Zoom meetings with anyone, whether they're members or not. You know, you've got cousins, friends, daughters, sisters, uncles, boyfriend, whatever, share the link with them. The more we have on Zoom, the better. Linda has a lot of great stuff planned for the Zoom meetings. I just spent 3 days online with Nancy King Mertz in a workshop done here on Zoom. And I can say the video quality is not up to par, but it's a computer screen. Depending upon what kind of computer you're using, I'm sure a Mac looks better than what my HP looks. Some of the colors were sort of off a little bit when she was demonstrating, but then she would send pictures to us and she would pick it up and get it closer. And but it was really good. What I really liked about it was that I'm here in my own studio, and I can leave Zoom on. We kept it on all day long while we worked so that we could hear each other when she wanted to talk to us. I just walked right over that away to go paint. So all of my pastels are out. I didn't have to lug anything anywhere. So if you have the opportunity to do any type of Zoom workshops, give one a try, simply because they're so inexpensive right now. Nancy's was $250, but it wasn't, I didn't think a bad price for it. I did send out a brochure to Liz and Kathy about Susan, I think it's Kuzinski or something, who's doing one sometime in June. Hers is only $165. But anyway, we want to use Zoom as much as possible, and so please invite everyone. And let me plug this real quick before I leave. Instagram. Send me your photos. Send them to my email. You have my email because whenever I sent you the copy of the Zoom, my email is on that. So send me anything that you want me to put on Instagram, because we have quite a huge following, of national artists are following Pastel Society of Southeast Texas. So that's me. Liz, you want me to go on to Kathy?
That would be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Give me a second. So, Kathy, unmute yourself.
I did.
Okay.
I'm here?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, as for minutes, as of January, I don't have much minutes for our meetings. I don't think I was there in February. but we have had several board meetings and we've discussed everything that's happening now, the show and the Zoom and concerns we've had about membership and things like that. And I think we're all dealing with that right now. It's all coming to fruition. And I don't think the board minutes are supposed to be, for everyone. So,
Cindy Crimmin?
yeah, Cindy Crimmins. All right. I emailed her and she got back with me. She's very willing to do Zoom. I haven't heard whether she wants to do the 2-day workshop or she wants to do our Saturday meeting. I'm waiting to hear from her for that, but she is very interested in doing it. I think she plans on doing something for us. I'm just not sure what. So,
Liz, do we
put her
need
in
to,
for October?
Liz, we need to nail her down for a date?
I know. I kind of pushed for the workshop on the 6th and 7th, but I don't know.
Of October?
Yeah. But I emailed her back, said, well, if you'd rather just do a meeting on a Saturday, that's fine too, but I haven't heard back. So
Kathy, has she given you a price by chance on a?
no, it's the contract. We signed the contract. We got the contract and everything for the 2-day in person, but she hasn't talked to me about money doing the Zoom yet.
I just wanted to make sure that people were interested in actually taking this type of workshop for any kind of large amount of money. Like we just had 3 days for.
We decided for 200, 250, didn't we? For her 2-day one?
Well, I think that was in person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
know. We haven't, like I say, I don't know what.
Well, I'm just wondering if we need to poll at least the people that are on the call now, even by a raise of hands, or just maybe send something out later and see if people are interested in doing this.
Okay, I'm interested.
Oh, if you will, in the chat, you're interested, you could type in yes and send it through the chat. There's also a little place you can toggle at the bottom that says reactions. And you can click on that and you can raise your hand for yes or clap, one of those. If you can see at the top of my screen, I have my hand up. Kathy has a thumbs up.
Mhm.
Barbara's a thumbs up.
I probably would do it. I'd like to see it for a little less money.
2 yeses in the chat. I really think though, I think we need to stop. I think she's going to have to say yes or no. I think she's got to commit.
Well, no, she wants to do something, but she just hasn't nailed it down yet as to what 2-day workshop or 1-day demonstration.
Why not?
She just hasn't gotten back to me after I asked her. So she will soon, I'm sure, and I'll let everybody know when she does.
I mean, Liz,
Maybe we maybe just send another email with 2 options and give her what we're willing to pay and give her a deadline so that we can.
Oh, what we want to pay?
So Quita, yours was how much for 3 days?
$250.
I mean, it just depends on what everyone
And we worked all day, every day from 10 o'clock until 5 o'clock. And she never left the studio, just maybe to run to the restroom real quick. She was right there, was constantly with us, talking us through.
Can we answer, Fami, is Cindy Crimmins? We're talking about Cindy Crimmin?
No, that was Nancy King Mertz. I think
no, Fami wants to know who we're talking about the workshop.
Cindy Crimmins.
Yeah, Crimmin.
So one way or the other, we'll get more details and send that out to everyone and get an idea how many people are even interested in doing that. Since she's not traveling, it's not like we have to cover expenses. It's just her fee.
I think if you just, Kathy, just send her, like Liz said, send her another email, but tell her that we need a definitive answer, because if she's not going to do it with whatever date, we can move on. And if
Yeah.
if she wants to do it even sooner, Liz, I mean, we can.
Well,
But
I haven't really talked to her except for October.
Okay.
So I'm not sure that she's thinking outside that.
Well, we don't have to be nailed to a date so much since she's not traveling.
Yeah. Well,
So-
she teaches over Zoom, her students. She says she's been using Zoom for critiquing and teaching students.
Well, maybe she would let you sit in and just see how that's going anyway, because we did that just recently with someone.
All right, I'll get with her.
So we'll get more updates on that later for you. So let's move to Linda Hughes. How wealthy are we?
Let me find her.
There she is.
Linda, unmute yourself, please.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Man.
Okay. As of today, in First Community Credit Union, we have $5,305.90. In PayPal, we have $513.61 for a total of $5,819.51.
Doing a great job managing our money.
We don't charge her $35.
We'll be growing it, I'm sure, after we have the art of the pastel.
I hope so.
Okay, I'm going to mute myself a little bit here, and I'm going to pass this on to Betty.
Betty's trying to get in. She's calling me on the phone.
Okay, well then, is Linda Delandre available?
Hang on, let me look.
Hi,
Now
Betty.
There's Linda.
No, I'm on. No, I'm on.
Quita, can we skip to Linda Delandre?
Hello.
Hi, Linda.
Hi.
Linda's going to give us some input about, she's been working herself to a frazzle trying to get some artists that know how to use some sort of telecommuting.
You know, isn't this, it's sort of like Liz's quote that she quoted from, that from lemons you have to make lemonade. And this opens the door to national artists, not just local artists. So I have been in contact with a lot of them. A lot of them are real slow in getting back. So, you know, I don't know if their plates are full or they're trying to learn the technology. That seems to be on some of them. But so in the meantime, some of our local artists have stepped up to the plate and they've come up with some good programs. So let me just give you an idea of what we have so far. In July, Anne-Marie Healy, who was normally scheduled for November, is going to do the thing in July, so that one of our national artists who needs it a little bit more time is going to pop in that November spot. But Anne-Marie has a real exciting program, and it was just put up on the website yesterday, thanks to Carolyn Hancock. And what she's going to do is a presentation of the artist Joaquin Sorolla. I don't know if you've ever seen the paintings, but there's an exhibition downtown at from the Spanish Historical Society in New York. And Sorolla, of course, is a very famous Spanish painter who did these sun-drenched figures on the beach. And Anne-Marie has done that very same thing as well. I don't know if you remember the painting that she brought in one of the member shows, but it was really outstanding. Anyway, so her demo is going to be a brief history of the Sorolla, his painting methods, but with pastel, she's going to do a demo, block in, and then how to apply these ways of painting to your pastel. So that ought to be a pretty interesting program. I went to, just as an aside, not to take up a whole lot of time, but when I was in Madrid, I went to Sorolla's home, and in the studio, there's these giant, when I mean giant, I mean 7 foot by 5 foot paintings on the walls that he actually did on the beach from life, and they are outstanding. It's like their dresses are billowing, the sun's coming through the cloth. It's just outstanding, outstanding, really, really beautiful work. And then to follow up, now let me tell you that date. That date is July 11th, which is not the first Saturday, but the first Saturday is July 4th. So we're not having it then. So it would be July 11th for Anne Marie. And I got to tell you, I put these people down for 10:30 because, and they might not even demo till 11, but before our meetings, we haven't talked about this yet, where, you know, the store, Texas Art Supply, was open at 10, but we really didn't get started till 10:30. And some of these artists are going to be from the West Coast. So if we started at 10, that would be 8 o'clock to ask them to do a demo. So I was hoping we could stick with the 10:30. And for some of those, maybe they would come in at around like 10:45 or even 10:30 is a little better. Anyway, so after, so watch your times on when I post the stuff on the website and Facebook and on, and when you get your letters from Kathy about what's coming up for the meeting. So in August, Rita Kurtman also stepped up for August 1st. Now, Rita is our Best of Show winner from last year. So that's been a tradition in here. We always ask the Best of Show winner to do a demo. And early on, when we first decided to go to Zoom, she just said, well, you know, I'll learn it, I'll do it. And so kudos to Rita. And I've asked her, you know, I told her she has demoed for us before and she's done those beautiful animal portraits, but her winning piece was, of course, that beautiful light on that Renaissance young girl. And she is going to do that type of demo for us to show how she gets that light on the face in pastel with her method. She's a little slow, so she might be using several different examples of and demo on them, but we got her for that. Now, September, I am waiting for a national known artist to get back to me. They, you know, we've had about 3 or 4 emails to explain exactly what it is that we're doing. And she's in, but she hasn't yet, you know, bit the bullet. And that goes for several of them as well. And again, September would be September 12th, not the 5th, which is the first Saturday, because that's Labor Day weekend. So I'm going to try and get an answer on her or someone else by that time. So October 3rd would be Cindy Crimmin, if she wants to do it then. If she doesn't, and she doesn't want to be tied into that Saturday, that's fine. I have someone else who's ready to jump in for either if she wants a different date or if we don't fill it and it doesn't go. So I have someone else, but I'm not going to book them until I find out more about the Cindy Crimmin. So Kathy, if you would just let me know, looking at a different date completely, fine. I'll book somebody else for the demo for October 3rd. And lastly, for the end of the year, November 7th is Karen Margulis, who does these really beautiful landscapes, is very well known. She has a big online presence. Can you see? Anyway, that's an example of Karen's work, and she will be with us on November 7th. And so that's it. So that's, you know, we don't usually do stuff in the summer, but hopefully these will make up for some times, you know, that we had to cancel. And also, you know, if you have Wi-Fi, you can probably hit a meeting wherever you are. So hope to see you then.
Thank you. Thank you, Linda. Quita, do you have the art, because Betty is still not on, and I don't know if Linda Hughes has the printout of the Art of the Pastel.
Okay, Betty's not on.
Okay, so can you put that document that I sent you up, can you put that up instead of me?
I can. Linda, if you're trying to get on, you need to unmute yourself. Linda.
Okay, I have some information. Betty cannot get on. She's having a problem. So
Okay.
you want the dates and things?
Well, Quita's going to put a
Okay.
document up that should show everyone sort
Okay.
of the beginning of the prospectus. It'll give us dates.
Okay. That would be great.
And then feel free to just give us some narrative about that if you like.
Okay. Well, I just have the dates and the prizes that we've decided on, and you're working on the prospectus, and so I guess that's it.
Well, go ahead and talk about the dates. Where's the,
Okay, the dates are online entry opening is going to be Saturday, July the 11th. Online entry deadline is Sunday, October the 11th. Notice of acceptance is Sunday, October 24th. Online show goes live on November the 8th. And do you want to know about prizes? Or is that on there?
right, here we go. This is the document. This is
Okay.
the beginning of the document.
Okay. Okay. We're just
Can
looking.
everybody see that?
Uh-huh. Yeah, $2,500 in cash awards. Best of show is 1,000. First place 500. Second place 300. Third place 200. And we're going to have 10 honorable mentions, and they're each going to be $50 each. So
We'll get all this up on the website, thanks to Carolyn. And I think to me, it's just incredible that Kim Lordier is going to judge this show, because people enter shows for different reasons. And one of the reasons we are having this show, number one, is to make a ton of money, and we can't have a physical show. So we're going to have our first web show. So Kim Lordier is going to be our juror and our judge. So she's very affordable. And since people join, I mean, people enter these to win money, but they also like to build resumes. I think the fact that she's the judge and juror is going to look really nice for someone's resume. And the 10 places, the 10 honorable mentions, really just opens up the opportunity that, I mean, in some senses to me, of course, Betty said, no, we can't do this. One of the other online jury, I can't remember who it is. It's what Pastel magazine, or one, it's not the Pastel Journal. Anyway, they have 10 equal prizes, because, you know, sometimes it's probably very difficult for people to pick first, second, third, best of shows whenever there are so many winners in a show. So I think it's terrific that we're going to give the opportunity to 10 people to be mentioned no matter what. So, and when Kim Lordier picks you, to me, that's a big feather in your cap.
mm-hmm.
So we're having the show so we can earn money, so we can even hire more nationally acclaimed artists. And whenever the world gets back to normal, we'll have lots of money to do some other fun stuff with. Maybe, you know, host an event somewhere, or who knows what. So we really want to build our finances up. And also, we want the opportunity to build our membership. So once we have people's email addresses, we'll be able to market, you know, our Pastel Society to them and have more members. So when you have more members, you have great input and know-how and just people's art knowledge. So we're going to really plug this show, and we're going to want everyone to help us plug the show. So we're going to contact all the other member societies, and it is going to be an international show. So we'll have people from Australia, Russia, Europe. So there's going to be some wonderful competition and some phenomenal artwork. That with online jury, it also stays online. Anybody can go for years and look at the show. So it's a real benefit. It costs more to post through them, but I think it's, in the long run, it's something that you can go back and use as a resource. Did I cover everything on the show pretty well?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good show.
Mm-hmm. Liz Wagger is not on, so we can't do that little part. So I think, does
Yeah.
anybody have anything they
Carolyn
need to say?
Hancock is next.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carolyn. You're right. Thank you. Carolyn is going to be posting, I think, our Zooms on on the website, perhaps, some our meetings, like when we have demo artists, someone will be able to go back and watch that for a week or two or a month or so. Is that correct?
Right, right. After the show, after the awards have been made, we can put it online so that all of the entries are visible, as well as highlight the award winners.
Also, Carolyn, when we have Zoom demonstrators, so let's just say when Karen Margulis does our demonstration for us, members can go back. We're going to try to have a link to the members only page, I believe, to where someone can go. If you miss the meeting, you can go and watch what you missed, and or just watch it again. Is that something that we're capable of doing?
We tried it with the training meeting and didn't get that to work. I'm hoping that the recording of this meeting I'll be able to put on the members page if that's where you want it. You might want it visible to all of public or to the password protected area only.
Maybe when we have big names, it should be the password protected so we can get more members. It's fine with me, but of course we can all discuss who we want to make it all accessible to.
I think we'd have to talk to whoever our demos are to get their permission to do that.
That's true.
Right. Yeah, few hoops to jump through. Well, tell us about the website. Anything new going on?
Nothing new going on. It's kind of been in limbo during the summertime. I update things as they come in. The meetings schedule, keep that updated with things that Linda provides to me. That's about it. If the important thing, one of the important things about the website to me is the member gallery. And if I don't know if all of you are on there represented, if you're not, it's an easy thing for you to just send me an image of yourself and one of your paintings and let me put it on there. It's kind of a mini website for each of one of our members. Too many of them don't take advantage of it. But otherwise, it stays up to date.
Great. So I guess, anything else, Carolyn?
No. As soon as I get all of the information for the Art of the Pastel, I'll create a separate page for that and dress it up, make it as pretty as I can, attractive to people who can use one of the links that you're providing to get back into that page.
Well, good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say hello to everybody since I got in here late.
Hi,
Y'all
Ermi.
hear me? Okay.
Good to see you. We can hear you.
I didn't see you.
Ermi?
Yes. Who all have just, we just have 6 of us, 5 of us, 6. Okay.
No, you can go, if there's a little arrow on the top and it'll take you to show you more people.
You all, because we got more on here.
Yeah, we have 21.
Oh, that's so cool. I don't know anything about Zoom except what little I've had with it. So,
Well, it's been a learning experience, but we're pushing our boundaries here.
You darn right. We'll do whatever we need to do.
I want to tell everyone that Liz Wagger is moving to California. She's retiring after a career of, I don't remember, 20, 30 plus years at MD Anderson. So she's going to be moving to California. I'm sure we'll all have an open invitation to visit. I'm sure it's going to be delightful. But we're going to have a spot for the newsletter. There won't be a person doing the newsletter until we have a volunteer or some other alternative. So if anyone feels compelled, please step forward, email anyone, raise your hand right now if you want. If there's anyone that's in a very volunteering mood. I'm not seeing any hands jump up. Oh, Anne Marie, you touched your screen. Is that you? Are you volunteering? Well, anyway, we'll see what we can do to lure someone into that spot. So now, is there anything that anybody wants to chat about briefly? Any questions? Okay. So next, I think we have a little video. So just know that when we go forward, artists, we'll have our little meeting as we just did, and then we'll have an artist that's a demo artist. So they'll be the highlights, they'll be the big person on the screen, and you can just sit back and sip coffee or tea and watch. So here we go.
Oh, no sound.
Nope.
May I say something? Before you share a video, before you share it, there's a small box that should tell you to share audio of your screen. That will help. And then
Hey,
share.
friend, happy Friday. Gonna jump into the Friday word of encouragement for you now. Okay, to kick things off, we're gonna look at a quote by Robert Frost where he said that freedom lies in being bold. What's this guy talking about? Do you believe that? I wonder if you agree. Well, maybe stepping out in boldness is a challenge for you, or maybe you're an absolute roaring lion. I'm not really sure, but I'll tell you what, I know this. There's boldness inside of you as an artist, and it wants to come out. So this is really when we're bold, where we let our creative voice emerge with power and with authority. You know, I think a lot of us are afraid to be bold because, you know, we don't want to polarize. We don't want to take a strong stance. We don't want to offend. And I'll tell you, when it comes to your creative voice, though, listen, you need to be bold. Really, there's freedom to be found there. And it's great. It's a great joy, actually, when you step across that line. So I'm wondering, I want to ask you today, what's your bold? I see you all throwing the hellos in the chat. It's so great to see you. What's your bold? Is it painting with a stronger color palette? Is that your bold? Is it stepping out to create a new series of work that you've known you've wanted to do? Is it declaring that you will paint consistently, if not every day? Maybe it's scheduling a half day every week and boldly protecting it from those who would steal it from you. Is it boldly stepping out to start actually teaching others how to paint because you've been doing this a while and people have been asking you if you can teach them to do what you're doing so beautifully? Or is it really coming out of the shadows to demonstrate in front of other human beings these beautiful techniques that you know how to do? What's your bold? Maybe your bold is asking what you're really worth when you do those commissions. Ooh, you felt that, right? When you step across that line of indecision, that line of uncertainty, of boldness, friends, it rises up inside of you. It's in there. I've chosen personally to teach other artists how to be bolder and looser in their paintings by using color, by using marks, by using expressive energy. And listen, I'm talking to you now. That takes an act of boldness. So what about you? Is it time to start selling your work and putting it out there? Be bold. Is it time to approach a gallery or a new collector? You need to be bold. Do you need to learn a new skill so that you can really strengthen your work at the next level? Be bold. Look, Robert Frost said that freedom lies in being bold. And when you choose to step across that line of indecision and boldly create and learn and grow, you will thrive as an artist. So, friends, what is your bold today? I'd really love to know. Let me know in the comments. That'd be awesome. And be bold. Make something beautiful today. It's awesome to see you get out there and paint. And I'll see you again in the next video. Take care, friends.
So just so you know, that's just sort of how someone will look. I mean, they'll be big and they'll you'll be able to see what they're teaching. I mean, I think it's effective. You all think that it's something that you could watch? I mean, could you sit there for an hour and watch someone paint? Okay.
Well, can you hear me?
Mhm.
Can you
Yes.
hear me? Okay. Well, most of the artists that I've contracted, what we've decided on is probably like 40 minutes of actual lecture demo, being in front of the easel for us and lecturing. And then they're going to save the last 15, 20 minutes for a Q&A. Rather than interrupt the artist with our questions, they probably, a lot of them prefer to just wait till the end and then have like a chat discussion, which our host will monitor. We'll see how that goes. We'll try it with Anne Marie and we'll see how that goes. Maybe we have to change it back to asking the questions during. It depends on artist preference. Some don't mind it, questions while they're demoing. Others want to concentrate or need that concentration. So, but there will be, so it'll be no longer than an hour. None of them that I've talked to. So, and probably somewhere between the general meeting and the artists coming in, if you have to get up and stretch before that hour would be a good time, unless sometime during the meeting the artist says, hey, I'm going to sit back a minute, talk amongst yourselves or something. So there will be a break, but they won't be any longer than an hour usually.
I'll try and keep it under an hour, I promise.
Well, if you want to talk about Soraya, you can go on and on and on. It was amazing. There you go.
I really admire his work and Raymond Everett Kinsler and even O'Neill. I think he's great too. So my format will be basically a lecture. I'll also have handouts for practicing the different techniques and a copy of the Soraya palette. So if you're an oil painter, you can dabble with that as well. But I will be working in pastel, so no confusion there. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be practicing, and my cameraman is my husband. He's going to be critiquing me. So we'll see how it goes. During the self-imposed containment, I have been teaching my students on Tuesdays, demonstrating to them, and it seemed to work okay. Sorry, the puppy's a bit wiggly. I think she needs to go outside. So I'll just take her outside before she pees on me. But looking forward to seeing everyone on the 11th.
Yay. Thank you for jumping in there.
We really appreciate
I
it.
have a question. This is Pat.
Let's,
On my
wait
screen
one
with,
second, Pat. Let's just unmute everyone, Quita, unless you think that's a bad idea, so people can ask questions. So do they have to unmute themselves?
I think so.
okay, I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes.
When we watched the Alan Picard video, it was just a small slice of my screen. So I'm wondering, did everybody else see full screen? And is that something we can control by making it full screen?
I had full screen.
I did not.
Mine was a slice. Did you touch your green button, your little button that makes your whole computer full screen?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I did not, so I'll try that next time. The other thing that I don't think people are aware of is that if you create a Zoom account and sign in, you can go to your settings and adjust your volume for your audio. And I'm finding that some people's audio is just so weak. Even if I increase it on my laptop, it's still hard to hear them. Where Wheatus is very loud and Alan Picard was very loud, which I think setting it loud is good because then people can lower it on their own computers.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
Good point.
Was I loud enough?
Yes, you were perfect.
I always am. Thank you.
Yes, yes, you're always perfect.
We knew that. We knew that. Well, anybody else have questions or?
Yes.
I mean, I think we'll have more people join. We're going to have some great people doing demonstrations for us. So I hope they'll join. Anything anyone else wants to say?
Thought it was great.
I
I
just
thought it
think
was
it's,
great.
Great.
I really loved it.
it gives us a way to have these. It's a
It's good to
blessing.
see everyone.
Yeah.
Let-
It is.
Let's reach
Yes.
out to folks who aren't here today.
We
Okay.
will. We will do
Yeah.
that. And you all reach
Good
out,
idea.
as was said, reach out to friends, family, anyone that's interested in the art community. I've not only looked at pastel videos from artists, I've looked at some oil painters, some things online. And honestly, I learned stuff from oil painters that just were about values and structure and composition that I didn't know that I'm going to pay attention to. So, we can cross through some different mediums and learn and share.
Absolutely.
I think it was discussed last week about Eric Rhodes' videos that he's showing through Creative Catalyst. And they are done by Lily Art, which is a very professional production. And even though you don't get to see the whole video, you still sometimes see an hour, hour and a half, and you really can learn a lot. So I recommend looking at those. A lot of the YouTube videos are pretty unprofessional. So it's nice seeing one that is done professionally.
Yeah, just to follow up on that, Pat, I get the Eric Rhodes videos by way of Facebook, and then you put in the search Streamline Art Video, and then it'll pop up like 3 of them, and then it just says see more, and you have your choice of over 20 or so of these videos. Again, you only get to see the first maybe hour and a half even, and then there's a discussion with the artist. So you never get to see the real completed painting unless you take, there's usually a shot of the completed painting in the beginning. But I have learned so much. And if you are interested at all in, and it's mostly oil painting, I gotta say, there's some watercolorists in there, some drawing. But I just watched, since I've been doing flowers lately, Kathy Anderson with her flowers. And she's a hoot. It's fun to just watch her because she's funny as well as does beautiful flowers. So if you want some inspiration, Kathy Anderson.
I think at some point they will be taken down off Facebook, and so you need to save them on YouTube. That's what I heard Eric say.
Some are missing, yes.
I don't know if you heard me or not.
We did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We did. Well, does anyone else have anything to say before we leave the meeting?
I would just like to compliment all of us old ladies who are learning all this new technology. I think we're amazing. We're exercising our brains and keeping ourselves from getting Alzheimer's.
I didn't understand. I didn't understand how she got to Kathy.
What did you say again?
I didn't understand how she got to Kathy Anderson.
Okay, I'll review. If you have a Facebook account,
Yes.
on the top, the search bar, type in Streamline Art Videos.
Streamline Art?
Yes, Streamline Art Videos.
Okay.
And then when that page opens up, there'll be like they'll only show like the first 3 artists' demos, but right under that, there's a line that says, see more. So if Kathy isn't one of those first couple videos, if you press see more, all the ones that they have available right now, she should be there because I just saw it yesterday. So yeah, good luck. And if you just private message me or text me and I'll send you some screenshots or something to help you out, Anne, okay?
Oh, that sounds great.
Okay,
Thank you, Kathy.
you'll
Thank
enjoy
you.
it.
Thank you.
Doesn't Tucson Art, don't they have something to
Yes.
Tucson Art Academy or school?
Yeah, it's called TAOS, Tucson Art, wait a minute, online. It goes under, it looks like Taos, but it's Tucson Art Academy online. They
Oh,
have
okay.
quite a few as well. And they use a, what is that? Adobe Photoshop. The artists there use an Adobe, and they're usually live with another showing. And then they're up there temporarily as well. But if you catch one, they're very good, very, very good. Some of the top ones in the country are on there. Well, so they are on Streamline, but Tucson Academy, yeah, top, artists in the country, representational, art.
I think that's who I bought my series from. I don't remember his name, but he was so impressive, and it was really inexpensive, and it was just hours and hours and hours of information, which I need to watch.
Yeah.
That's why you watch them. Hi, May. Good to see you, May. Okay, well then I guess we can all just tell each other goodbye. We need to take our customary screenshot though. So everybody needs to smile at the camera. Okay, are we ready?
Love
1,
you.
2, 3. Okay, now hold on, we got to get Fami in. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, everybody smile. All right, we'll see how we did. All right, y'all have a wonderful rest of your weekend, okay, everyone?
Thank you, Liz.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Good
Liz.
job, everyone.
Yeah.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.